Hi guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the Brisbane versus Fremantle game and who did well, who did badly, as we saw a return to form for Dunkley and Neil, and Ashcroft potentially kicking goal of the year, but also having a great performance and starting to get to the point where he might be considered almost a keeper at this point. So before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, Neil top scored with a 119. Just as I said, I don't think he's a good option. He's only gone and tonned up, and not only tonned up, but gone big. Just pretty good game. 27 was the lowest quarter for him, was really good, and I didn't see this coming, to be honest. But that's really good. And then Dunks here doing a 115. I mean, what's his average now? Probably a 96 or so. 96.3. That's all right. I mean, season rank now of 36, so he's getting there. You've still got, for me, so Goulding got back to his best as well. And then you've got Sheasel. So there's not many forwards. I should have actually done it this way, to be honest. Forwards average, so you got Kemp, who's gonna drop down eventually. Cameron, you've got here as well. He's above him. Cornelio is above him. Mitch Lewis will drop down. Kerno's below him now, so he's still 1, 2, 3 Zeebles below him. So he's still F6, even though he's having a shocking year. So, yeah, that's fine. The Dunkley selection is fine. I mean, he's going to go up eventually, but, yeah, that's absolutely fine for what he did. Ashcroft, again, like I was saying, absolutely amazing, especially because I thought, Ashcroft hasn't gotten into this game, but then he goes on a tear and gets 46 in the second. He is an absolute pig, as, he ended up with 28 touches, 7 marks, 2 tackles, 2 goals, 1. So he could honestly probably ended with a 130, 140 if he'd gotten involved in the first quarter. The scoring to have 107 in the final 3 is ridiculous. It's but I mean, Fremantle did sort of fall apart in that time. Bailey here, 102 he ended up with just because of a huge second. Then you got Harris Andrews here again, a 93, a huge last quarter of 53, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 marks in there, which basically got him 42 points off those kick marks. McKenna here, 88, a good performance from him, but I doubt there's consistency there, and he's probably going to drop a 50 next week. Rich, 88, McCluggage, 76. Zorko was doing really well, and then his hammy went. And I guess, I don't know how many people had him, but there was a couple of the old blokes went down with a hamstring, and it looked the same in the North Melbourne game. And me with a Zeeble, I was like, oh no, as if anyone had seen, probably on Twitter, there a couple people were going, oh no, that's a hamstring, and I wasn't watching, and I sort of just saw him run off the ground, and I was like, oh no. But luckily, by the end of the quarter, he was fine, and he actually did an amazing recovery job. So unlike these guys who actually did their hamstrings, I got lucky, and I'm pretty happy about that. That I was ending out of that North game, I ended up with almost with like 350 points from 3 guys or something like that. So that was really, really happy with that. That didn't kill my round, especially in this high scoring round. Danaher, McInerney, Payne, Wilmot did really well. Gets his cash gen going as well again. So he's just gonna basically hold there, I think, until he gets up to like 400k, not 400k, probably 450, even 5. He might be able to push 500k. If he can consistently get some 65s and maybe even a 70 score, he could push 500k. And then trade him out with the rookie and be able to upgrade. For instance, it won't be, maybe even for me, but if I go over here, I'll be looking to upgrade probably this spot here. I mean, I would need some big cash to be able to do it, but if I was able to get another rookie such as another 400k guy, 420k guy, and Wilmot at 500k, I'd be able to get 720k worth and then have, say, 50 or 60k in the bank, and that's how I can get up to a sort of a decent option. But in that F6 and D6 and sort of M8, you sort of want this mid-pricer sort of guy that's very, very volatile, I guess, and just hit on that right week, and then almost be able to get a rookie and get him straight out for a big premium. That's sort of how I expect to be able to get up, or it's going to be a very, or I might even have to just have a rookie there and just hope that they continue to perform. And then we've got over here, so now back down after Wilmot, Coleman, Berry, Lester, Rayner, not a good pick from what we saw in the preseason. He's really not turned out well. Cameron, how many goals did he kick? He still kicked 2 goals and only had 57. Hipwood, McCarthy, Starcevich, Gunston. Gunston really hasn't gone too well down here, up there in Brisbane, but so be it. And then you got for Freo, Brayshaw here, just started off really slowly and then picked it up and ended up with a 113. Hayden Young started off really well and then picked it up in the third and got himself to a 112, but I'm still not convinced with him yet, but he could be an option to go for in the buys, and that could be a difference maker. O'Meara, and then Darcy returned back to what I think will be his norm, a horrible second quarter, and 94. Sarong slowed down dramatically at 32 in the second half after having a 32-point first quarter. Cox did alright, but he's so inconsistent being chucked forward and back that I wouldn't go for him. Luke Ryan, I guess they didn't use him as much because he's terrible with the ball, basically, in actual, real time, not fantasy. So that's why he didn't get used, and returned to 73. Brody, a 72. Not the player that he was last year. Switkowski, Clark, Hughes, O'Driscoll, and then we have to wait on Johnson because he could be the guy that we go for if there is a potential rookie pick. But the only problem with Johnson is that there is a high likelihood that he gets suspended. So there's that. Then you got Aish, Pierce, Jackson, Walters, Walker. No one else here really. Sturt got subbed out, and that's why he won't be an option, as well as being a key forward in general in a bad side who don't really score that well. So Sturt is not an option. So that's that review basically. So that's the review of the Brisbane versus Freo game, in which Dunkley, Neal, and Ashcroft starred, as well as Brayshaw and Young. And I'm just pretty happy that I haven't. Not many people have traded out Ashcroft yet, and he continues to rise, which should see him get over 600k. And he could honestly hit 720, 730k and then just use a rookie to get up to someone. But he might be a guy that, due to all the premiums that are going down and other people going down and all the sideways training we needed at the start, that he might stay in the side and just sort of creep towards that M8 role over time. So that's the review there, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.